So you guys have been together for about a year now. So what's been happening in that year?
It's been pretty full on. It's in the last year. I mean, we've moved in together in a house together, which we thought if we don't kill each other, we might have a chance of doing something good, like, you know. Yeah, it's been non-stop really. It's we've got lots of festivals coming up this summer. I think we've just spent the last couple of months really sort of developing our sound, really, you know, and finding what kind of sound we feel is us, and I think we've got that identity now. I think it's sort of maturing, isn't it, a bit?
Yeah, it's been quite good. We've just released an EP in December the 22nd, and we had quite overwhelming response. Really, there's been reviews everywhere, and you know, on the back of it, we got, like we said, we landed a couple of festivals, and well, we can't announce yet because obviously the lineups are not finished.
Yeah. And so what's the buzz out there then? What's being said about you guys?
Oh well, people are going and comparing us to, you know, some of the greats like The Doors and The Velvet Underground and stuff like that as well, saying we sound a bit like Kasabian and the Arctic Monkeys and stuff. So it's been quite nice because it's sort of like it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know how to describe the sound really, but it's
But there is only physical world in between you and me. Strange days of these when people can say what they mean. Strangers will be.
As a newest member as well, like I say, you're perfecting the sound the band's creating as well, and you're not even finished with that. What have you brought on board then as well?
Well, it's mainly all about the rhythm now from what last experience when I saw them in the last couple of live performances. It's like the rhythm that we're doing at the moment now has changed quite a lot to what they last did. There's a lot more complexity in the bass playing and that sort of thing, but overall it's that and a good good keyboard player like him that just keeps it all together now, and rhythm and all that has just changed so much. So
it's been good. Like looking back at the old songs, like sort of everything's sort of open to change, really.
Yeah.
So with the largest keyboard, are you are you involved in what the creative process, the writing process as well? Is that a uniform thing or is that an individual task?
It didn't used to be with the old lineup, but since things have changed, it's you know, it has just turned around. It's sort of like I'll come up with like a catchy riff, and then, you know, the bassist will put the backbone to it, and then, you know, the keys will come in with some weird fucked up noise, and it will just you know, it will just feel right. And
He'd be shouting at me in the living room at like 12 o'clock at night. He'd be like, "I've got this riff, you're coming down, we've got to do this riff, we've got to do this, I've got this song idea, it's brilliant." And it's like, we'll be jamming in the living room at like half 12 at night, like,
till the neighbours can start.
Luckily we're on an end terrace though, so it's okay.
Seem foolish when you turn me away. It always seems to hold us back from the places we want to be. But there is only physical world in between.
You said the EP was out in December as well. What's on there? What are the ideas? What are the flavours? What are the kind of songs are we hearing there?
It's quite interesting because the first two songs of it are sort of like more our old style rather than, you know, what we're aiming to towards, where the other two are more, you know, what is actually us now. It's quite interesting because of the transition there. Well, obviously we got like our lead single demo, to put it that way, because it's, you know, it's not exactly hitting the industry standards, but it's been played on quite a few you know, small stations, and got us a couple of interviews and, you know, sessions and stuff like that. So
we've just been like really overwhelmed with the response we've got, because I mean the stuff we have got out at the moment are demo quality. We know that they're not, you know, you're not going to hear it on Radio 1 anytime soon, that level of production, but that's something that we're aiming towards now with the sort of self-funded single coming up,
which will be
we're going for
about
the approach. We're going to spend more time on like one song, like come up with a really good. I think we like the more time you spend on the songs, like the more you can look at the details. So we're going to just do 2 songs this time.
Yeah, it was more like tapas really, wasn't it? Like loads of little nibbles, and it's not a full meal yet, but you know, we're getting there.
So what are we waiting for then? What's happening in 2014 and what's coming out?
Well, like we said, we've got the single, which will be the end of March, beginning of April, with a B-side. Then probably around July, August, there will be another one, and then another EP at the end of the year. In the meantime, you know, that's basically gonna sort of like help us, you know, kick off the tour on the back of that, because we're basically, you know, looking at Stoke, Manchester, Liverpool, obviously London, Leeds, Newcastle, and stuff like that. And we're doing, like we said, quite a few small and a few medium festivals.
We've got a couple of international dates as well on the go.
Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah,
And stuff
one
like that.
more
It's not that too much international, but
We've got the Ukraine, haven't we?
Obviously, there's a plethora of talent in Liverpool, so we see many bands coming out of Manchester as well. So there's something that usually distinguishes one from the other. You've been compared to a lot of the greats as well, but you're still crafting your style. Where do you think you're going to see yourself in another 6-12 months' time in terms of your style? Where you're aiming for?
I don't know. It's just trying to fuse a couple of different genres together and just see what feels right. I mean, some stuff might remind, you know, sort of like the early Stone Roses, while others might just be sort of like Nirvana or Pearl Jam even and stuff like that. It's quite diverse, because obviously we sort of like have we're influenced from well, they really vary, all the influences, you know, so like the bassist is more into progressive rock, I'm usually a bluesman, you know, he prefers classic rock, then you've got Mr. Psychedelia on the keyboards. It just gels in well together, and it just feels right, so...
We just, I think the common theme of us though is that we all feel at home with rock as a you know, that's a really sort of big tag to pull on something, but I think we're a rock band that do different things, you know. Some good old guitar-driven music, you know.
We think we are, and we set ourselves free. Go boldly into the